Hellions! Welcome. Well, I had to start it out somehow. This is what's going on right now. Haha, talking about Christmas again. But the good thing is all the Christmas stuff, everything is out from outside anywhere. And I just got through putting away half the lights when I got home from work today. Here's the other half that are drying and acclimating to room temperature because it's harder to stuff them back in the boxes when they're cold and not as pliable. But the reason why I started vlogging right now. Very, very sad. As I was taking down the last of the Christmas lights from the carport, I got this sad feeling that came over me. It's like, oh, okay, Christmas is gone. Had a great Christmas, but I'm glad that we've moved past the holidays now, so hopefully I can get on track. But the other part is I remembered the haunt. And in the famous words of Jeremy from the Bloodshed Brothers, I'm always quoting stuff that they say, but they're so dang smart. I was sad because the haunt that happened this year, that was so freaking awesome, it's never going to happen again. That haunt, that specific haunt, won't happen again. Which is really, really sad because I think it was an awesome piece of work. I was happy with the results overall, and it's cool to go to work and have, because a lot of people from my work went through it, and to have them still talk about it and still be excited about it, and to have them be excited for me for, you know, doing the YouTube thing and also going pro this year. So, yeah. Anyway, let me get these lights wrapped up. There's just a little bit left as far as the conversation with Scott from Hysteria City today. This will be the final installment, part 4. So that'll be here in a little bit unless I don't find anything else interesting to vlog, and then it'll be right now. Yeah, you originally said that you're no longer a haunter, and I got boo-boo lip. It's like, aww. And then you mentioned...
I mean, seriously, unless you can keep the fun in it, it turns into a business.
Right.
Right? Like anything you do, I think. It's like a lot of fun, but it's still a business, and you know, as like the sole guy, if you're going to be like the guy on all the stuff, the permits and this, dude, you are under a lot of scrutiny to make sure that this event is safe and up and running on time, because you already have so many people involved before you can even open the doors, right? It's like, and then you got these inspectors coming around going, okay, Scott, what are we going to do this year? And this is like 3 hours before you open.
Oh.
Right?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, dude. Seriously, the day before you open, or just a couple hours before you open, there they are. You've been wanting them to come down for weeks now. No, there they are. And what do we have to fix in the next few hours?
So during the haunt, and I know this is kind of changing gears, but it's just a question I had. Because the last couple of years, I've always planned to, like, be something. Like this year I was planning on being Beetlejuice, but when it got down to it, you know, I've got all these actors to make sure that they're happy and doing their job, and, you know, make sure everything's flowing right, fixing things as they break, and I'm sure that it's just like tenfold once you go pro. But what is your personal role when everything is occurring during the event?
Well, my role is specifically anymore in the haunt. I say anymore over the last few years. I take care of all the logistics, safety, and operations, which means setup, all procedures, electrical, and making sure we're permitted and ready to open, that kind of stuff. During that time, I make sure that I have other people enrolled to take care of stressful positions, such as ticketing, such as cast, right, such as teching, and such as costumes.
Okay.
Makeup, right? I make sure that I have people that are capable and are going to be there for the run to take care of those particular positions. Because what that does is allows me to be free during the haunt. And after all, that's why I started this, right?
Right.
I don't want to be going nuts during, and I used to. For years, I went crazy during the event. I mean, especially when we were doing those giant events out in Vegas. Oh, my God. Right? I don't know how anybody could take that kind of pressure, and I don't know how I did back then. You know, but anymore, I just have to delegate a lot of operations to other people that can handle it. And I find that for me it just works way better, you know. But it took a lot of time for me to figure out I have to release some of that, I don't know, whatever it is. You know, you want to be in control of your hunt. Once you get it going, you know you're the man on the scene, and it's hard for you to just turn over the keys to somebody else in some respects, right?
Right.
And so that was tough. But once I got past that, and I said, okay, whatever happens, happens. And then sometimes it happens good, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, it does. It works well. And so it's easier on me every year to release some more of that obligation to other people, you know. So that's one thing I can definitely say is while you're setting up your organization, whoever's going to be involved, make sure they all have a position, right, that doesn't step so much on other people's feet in their position, because sometimes that's a little distractive, you know. It's hard to do everything. You're not a juggler, you're a hunt guy, so you have to kind of just get it smooth and think of yourself as a director and a builder and stay within the parameters of what you do well, right? I'm a builder, I'm a organizer, whatever it is, and try to get yourself to a point of, yeah, now this is fun, right where I want to be, right? And put Keith in charge of security. Seems like that's what he does, right? Yeah, you're in charge of security, right?
That works for me.
Whoever's good was really good with people. You know, you love people. You're in charge of cast, right? You can deal with any problems. It's ticketing. Find somebody who's really good with money and somebody who will not run you off. Put a camera over your till.
Right.
Don't put me in ticketing.
Keith just said, "Don't put him in ticketing."
Yeah, ticketing. You got to be a specific person. Once again, somebody who can be authoritative in ticketing, but yet nice. Yeah, Christy, she should put on a seminar about ticketing. Seriously, my wife does all the ticketing and money stuff, and that's a big ordeal.
Right.
We have 2 ticket windows plus a will call window that we have to run over there. One good advice for you, we did this here, it was a lot of fun. On the will call window, if you put one in, that's for your online sales and stuff like that, free sales, discounts. They make it a drop panel. We did that this year, it was so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But,
well, yeah, I
ring
mean,
the bell and then they just wait for me. What the heck? What they pay? I'm scare the crap out of them.
The ticketing is one of the biggest things, because that is the actual point to where you make the money or you don't make the money. So if you don't have somebody there that you can trust, then you could be like shooting yourself in your foot.
Yeah, I'll give a few advice on ticket. I'll give you a couple good advice on ticket. Make sure that all the tickets that you get are numbered, right?
Okay.
So that way you obviously know what you're selling per night. You can tell how many people came through, at least how many people bought tickets that particular night, right? And you know how many went into the box office, so you can put them in there 100 at a time or whatever you decide to do, and it's only going to be ticket numbers, you know, extra X or whatever. And then that really helps you keep good count on the ticketing. You know, it's a little bit expensive to get the tickets printed as far as with the numbers, a little more expensive, but if you're working with other partners and stuff, definitely get them printed. Okay?
Right. Yeah, and now that
by yourself running on your own, not so important, but if you have any kind of partnership or people that are interested in the numbers, make sure you got, you know, all numbered tickets.
Well,
yeah, we haven't had, the only thing, knock on wood, I'm doing that right now, is we have had no major catastrophes in 10 years.
Oh,
not
yeah.
Not a fire, not an accident, not anything.
Well, we both knocked on the press board, so I hope that works.
Yeah, well, I'm probably saying that, once again, that's not by accident. That's because we really take a lot of extreme efforts to make sure that the place is, like, baby-proof almost, you know?
Right. I mean, that's just when Keith and I were doing the thing here this year. I mean, to me, safety was a big thing, because even though I increased my homeowner's insurance to, a mil, still, I know that they would have fought that because I had an event at my house, although I did not call it that, but, I tried to make sure, yeah.
Halloween party.
Yes. But I tried to make sure that, anything that could go wrong would not have. I tried to make preparations for it. Alright, Scott, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you go, but, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. This was really awesome. And it goes to show that what I've said before is that there's like two things that aren't seen for every one thing that is seen when it comes to, you know, attempting to do this.
Oh yeah, you're working behind the scenes. Now that's your biggest block of work is going to be behind the scenes in the organization aspects and the behind the scenes build aspects. Christy's saying he's not going to have no time for scaring, and that's the God's truth. Your scaring days is playing a scare victim unless you get it really dialed in or kind of over if you're going pro. But I mean, I make chance twice this year. I was a scare guy, so rock and roll. Right now, you guys will do well. Just keep the faith and just make sure you're all within your parameters, and don't go too big first year. Think about a progression. You know, and the other thing I wanted to mention is if you can even think about going in with an organization that does some type of charity events, right? And just say, hey, you guys want to put together a charity fundraiser? We're trying to get our haunt off first year. I'm going to charge you X amount of dollars to put together a fundraiser. Anything after that is yours, right? All I need is a location. And you'll find that you can go into a nonprofit kind of thing, and it's still nonprofit. They're just paying you to put in the product so that they can run a nonprofit, right? It's still a nonprofit, but you're getting paid to put your haunt in, right?
Right.
And you can find a location pretty easy during October. That's a little advice there first year.
Awesome, okay. That makes sense. Alright, so once again, Scott, HysteriaCity.com. Haunt Guy on YouTube. You guys check out his channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us and sharing your wealth and, you know, all of your experience and knowledge. Very, very, very much appreciated. I got a lot from that, and of course I did not delete the raw file, so I want to go back and take detailed notes because, especially when the pressure is on, it's easier to sit there and look at something than it is to try and remember. So, anyway, a very rushed COC tonight because I have places to go and things to do and stuff. So, with no further ado. So, Ramathal made the comment, if you think about it, a pro haunt could be considered art and theater, and 3 Pistol 7 agreed with him. I also agree, and I've been thinking of a way to try and make that work. Like maybe $10,000 for props, although I'm the honest person, so I would actually have to put that money that I got from it to that because it's just my morals. So I don't know, I'd have to work something out like that. But I'm still looking for websites like that to where I can pitch a business idea and have investors bid on it virtually. So if you guys know, I'm still asking, still looking. Ember Pup, 297 more days till Halloween. People, it's time to get moving. Yes. We all need to get moving. And I've got $2.99, and apparently I'm wrong with that. So, and it's going to be $2.98 by the time you guys see it. So I'm apparently a day off. And a few dollars short. Emerald Gypsy Heart. My son suggested a Swamp People room or milling actor. Very, very good idea. Halloween Haunts are very big theater productions here in New Orleans. Unless I can get liability insurance to... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. My landlord said no haunted house unless I can get liability insurance to protect him from lawsuits, so we will do a really cool yard haunt. That's cool. You don't have to haunt big, just haunt well. No, screw it, just haunt. And Ed, West Coast Hunters Convention, Oregon. West Coast Hunters Convention, we can help you with the transition to pro. I will be talking to you soon, Ed. Freaking-lutely. And he also goes on to say that Scott's right. In-kind advertising is one of the best ways to go. Radio stations love free tickets, and you can get tons of good airtime. Lowe's and Home Depot, they might want to wait a year or two to see how you last, but heck, go for it. Why not? You know, the worst that they could say would be no. But the local shops, food outlets, etc., trade with them. Ticket for food, etc. And I love that Scott shares. My kind of guy. Class act. He is. And so are you, Ed. Triv27, good idea for subscription level prizes or giveaway or rewards, whatever you want to call them. And also thank you for the links that you gave me too. The Haunt Bros. Hey guys, we're back. Come check out the channel again, and Troy rocks. The Haunt Bros. They are vlogging again, guys. Drop Dead made reference to doing car shows and as basically donations and what to do, or what he does as far. I could have read it in all the time that I'm stammering through this. Stampering? Whatever. Anyway, yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about, even if I don't. Keith, you need to go old school COC in 310. I'm seriously thinking about doing it, but I want to include everybody. 9 Cats, I say a haunted house is art and theater, and you could certainly make a film or video about becoming a pro haunter, like a documentary. Just a thought. That's a good idea too, but time, and my arm's getting tired. Hold on. Oh. Okay, rotate. And the Dark Side Haunt 360 is excited because he might go pro this year too. So that's it for tonight. See you guys tomorrow. Happy haunting. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there's a new outro tonight from Yard Haunter 5, Steve's Haunted Yard. You guys, check it out. Well, it's going to come right after this, but I'm still taking outros. If you guys want to do one, just have it like 5 to 7 seconds, or you know, in that short time frame, no more than 10. And make it funny. Make it Halloween related. I want to see them. Give them to me. Just post them on your channel and mark them as private when you upload, and then give me the link, and I'll go, and after I rip it, then I'll let you guys know. So anyway, enjoy the outro. Happy hunting again. See you guys tomorrow.
Hello, what's doing? Radio star. Don't make me come and find you.